on the fire crew, you know, I had two people that really stand out, and that was Paul Gleason and Gina Papke. Paul, because there was a couple things he did for me that really showed me how much he cared. I don't know if I told you the story of how we were working some line somewhere. It wasn't even a fire at that point. It might have just been brushing or digging line around a unit to be burned. And somebody comes down the line. Paul comes down the line with a radio to give me, because my partner at the time was trying to get a hold of me because my dog was sick. And she needed my permission because the vet was saying he needed surgery. She needed surgery right now. And so Paul came to give me the radio and let me get this radio communication. And Dana was telling me that, you know, my dog, Susie, if she didn't get surgery, like the next day she was going to die. And I was like, well, how much? I don't have that much money. And Paul said, you get that done. I'll make sure you have the money for it. And I was like, really? I was like, I'd never seen that side of Paul. And so I told her, go ahead. And at that moment, my heart just opened up because of what Paul was willing to do for me. My heart opened up for my dog, which is a long story about, she was a dog I'd gotten after my other dog had died, and I wasn't sure that I was really connected to her. And in that moment, I was like, yes, I want Susie to be okay. I know we got it covered. And funny thing is that the next day, she didn't need the surgery. She was better by the next day. I was like, wow, okay. So this was just a big heart-opening opportunity. And once I saw that side of Paul, and that you could be strong and macho, but you could still be caring and soft, just really another one of those moments that changed my life. And then Gina really affected me because I was working through a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of pain from a lot of stuff that I had lived through earlier in my life. I had been raped right before I moved to Mount Hood, which most people didn't know, and date raped. And that was in '84, and I just moved to the mountain shortly after that. It was part of the reason why I quit school and needed to get out of Portland. And so I had a lot of stuff I was working through, and fighting fire I think was such an attraction to me because it was an opportunity to sort of allow some of this stuff to just burn away and to dig through it by just pounding on the earth, who she didn't mind if I pounded on her. It wasn't going to hurt her. And I was in a lot of pain at times, and I would get really frustrated and angry, and I would verbalize it. And Gina, there was a point in time where Paul had changed up the line, and I was working behind Gina, and she would just laugh at me. And her not taking all my upsetness seriously really helped me to realize that, okay, I can sort of let this stuff out, let it go, and be done with it. So, because many people, I think, didn't know how to deal with my aloofness, is how some people called it. Standoffish is what some people said. I just didn't know how to be part of a team. And so I was on the crew figuring that out. So there was a lot of times I, maybe didn't connect with people the way I would now. But Gina none of that ever bothered her. And so I really felt like there was somebody that I was part of the team, and she really made me feel that way because she was never bothered by my stuff. So those are the two people that there's more. I mean, good. Paul Keller, he would tell stories that would just crack me up. And he would always make sure my butt was covered, because the time when I worked next to him on the line, never felt bad that I couldn't pull as much ground as he did. These people were just like amazing. They really made me feel worthwhile. Believe it or not, I learned how to work independently as much as being a part of a team, a part of a group. I never had that. I haven't had that experience since, I don't think, as being part of a group, part of a team. What I brought with me was basically the opportunity to move forward with all the stuff that I was able to leave behind. It's kind of funny that more what it allowed for me was, rather than bringing something forward, it allowed me to leave a bunch of stuff at the fire, on the fire line. A lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a lot of angst, a lot of stuff. And I got to leave it behind. It gave me that opportunity so that when it was time for me to move forward, I didn't have to carry it all with me as much.